Okay, here we go. The short version.
I hope this is short.
It is. Now, we're getting to the section before I had to start re-recording. This is where I ran into kind of a roadblock, as those from Read the Forums will remember. This is our first half of the amulet that we're after.
Okay, so we really are picking up where we left off. We didn't backtrack any further, aside from time traveling into this 2D mechanic.
Correct. This is still the original recording, just like this is exactly what it was from the last update we saw.
It's so hard to tell.
So these crystals work fine. We used each of them to get to where we needed to be.
Evoland, a game where you literally can't tell if you're making progress. Now that's an upgrade.
And oddly enough, I mean, you get the sword right off. It's one of the first items you get. And then you go through a huge section of the game with nothing else. And then you get the bombs and the bow within 5 minutes of each other.
Quick question, do you retain upgrades? Like, if you just grabbed the bow and thrown yourself into the pit, would you have been put at the entrance of the cave and just been allowed to leave faster than backtracking?
Yes, that is a perfect example of taking damage to save time.
Excellent.
So that crystal worked for that, and then this is what we saw when I posted that update, wondering what the fuck was going on.
Very selective, this game's mechanics.
I mean, the crystals aren't totally broken, because we've used them 3 times.
And yet.
But we can't use it the 4th time. At least not this one. We can go to that lower one and use that.
I'm smelling brick wall.
Brick wall. Now, jokingly, forum members K Gummy guessed that it might have been the music. Sure enough.
So, you backtracked to the point way early in the game, ran through everything else exactly the same.
I completely restarted.
Well, listen to me. You ran through the entire game again. You changed that one variable.
It's the only new chest that I have. But while I was at it, I decided to skip a chest for the heart containers, because you basically challenged me to do a no-hit run. Now, we remember this room from the Mines of Noria. This is where you would kill those 3 bats, and then a chest would appear, which has the first key, and then that gate drops.
I noticed the chest did not appear.
And the gate did not drop.
And you're stuck.
I'm quite confused at this point. I was like, oh, look, a red mage. I was like, that's why it's not opening. It must think that the red mage is one of the enemies that I have to kill. So now I'm going to try to lure this red mage into this room so I can kill him.
Have you opened a red mage chest, or is he just appearing because he's not supposed to?
He's actually slightly before you get to this room.
Okay.
The hallway to our right is where you first released red mages.
We're gonna watch this whole climatic battle, aren't we?
Well, I'm sure that once he dies, I'll be able to get out of here. But
sure,
no.
You defeated all the enemies.
We're gonna call that another brick wall, because that's as far as you can make it in the game if you don't have the heart upgrade.
The heart upgrade is tied to unlocking that chest to release the key to open the door that you didn't need to go through in the first place.
Which is weird, because you would think killing those 3 bats is what's tied to opening that up. And here's what I promised last time. I did want to knock a skeleton down that bottomless pit.
Collect the heart, you need it.
So here we are, back where we just were. Now we have the music upgrade, so now this crystal works.
Dear God.
So for no apparent reason, the heart upgrade is tied to that bat room, and the music upgrade is tied to that crystal.
These are good flags to have in your game. These make sense, and players should intuit this is the way to do it.
There's absolutely no musical cue when you hit the crystal. There's a sound effect, but that appears when that you have the sound effect, but you can't actually avoid that chest.
You know, I'll be honest, for all this game's failings, the music isn't bad and I don't mind having it, but as far as optional things, I would think that'd be high on the list of shit you do not need.
Yeah, and I don't know why you would have anything keyed to requiring music. But we remember this. This is where we're we're lighting a whole bunch of torches and burning trees so that
Yeah, seriously, you are a threat to the ecosystem. You're basically a Captain Planet villain. Burning trees, smashing rocks, just laying havoc to the rainforest. Didn't we once pledge we were going to save the rainforest?
No, it wasn't really the rainforest. We are going to make the land green again. And that's Molly's quest, not really ours. We're just kind of around for the ride.
Stupid hippie mages. It's so easy to solve these when the second part of the puzzle's on screen and not just a blind guess.
Yeah.
Like that one.
So alright, we light up both these torches, and that removes that little statue, and then we can go in here and get our first amulet.
I forgot there was an amulet in this game. I've only seen it like 3 times, but it does not really register.
Thankfully, it's only in 2 pieces, because if it wasn't in 2 pieces, it would be in 4 pieces, and one of them would be lost forever, and we'd have to, like, reforge it. It would suck.
And the reason we need the amulet again was to open a tower,
Yes.
which only serves to get a person killed and make our main boss stronger.
Sure.
I don't know that we're doing the right thing. Maybe all the townspeople are actually in the employ of the main villain, and you're just using them as an agent.
We really don't have a master plan. We're just kind of rolling with things.
Look around you. Look around you. Have you found out what we're looking for yet? That's right. The answer is pixels.
I'm gonna say burnt trees.
As long as it isn't mode 7.
You remember way back when someone asked us to name when we asked people to name the characters?
Yeah, Mehiel, back in like July, suggested, hey, let's name the dude Sid Meier. What a cool little nod that would be.
So I said, okay, I restarted the game. I will do that. Oh, wait, what happened to Sid?
Time travel mechanic?
Hold on a second.
S-I... Now, Meier. M...
Oh, what the hell?
Okay, so of all the damn things they forgot to program in, they went out of their way to include some sort of name prevention thing because they think Sid's a vulgar word?
Apparently, you can't have a character's name start with their default name. You can't add letters to their default name.
Can you add a space to it?
Probably not, because I'm guessing that counts as a character added on to the original name. So we're going with Sid Meier, just with a C instead of an S, because the game won't let me do it any other way.
Take that, developers.
But I did finally rename Sid.
These little flashbacks don't really make the game any more confusing than it would be anyway, which is not exactly a great recommendation for the game in the first place. Okay, so we're still seeing this weird overhead view because we don't have mode 7.
Correct. Now here's an awesome thing. Right off the bat, here's our character selection screen. You can just walk right by it.
Okay.
If you don't want to play as Molly New, you can just play as Will and just totally skip that chest. But
And what does that screw up later on?
I didn't even try it because Will is terrible for this section. Molly has the 4-directional attack. You need Molly for this area.
So technically optional, but you never
not
would want to
preferable,
skip
no.
it.
I am guessing now that if you don't use the character selection, maybe the enemies... I don't think you'll get the new inventory screen, which is where you would put all of their new equipment.
I notice you're underutilizing Molly's attack here. What the hell's going on?
I'm just trying to power through this. It doesn't work very well. We had discussed previously if the 3-heart system and the Diablo life globe was the same amount of health.
We did.
It turns out it isn't. Well, it is, but the damage is different. Because if you get hit in the 3 heart area, you always take at least a quarter heart of damage. Whereas when you have the Diablo globe, it actually varies. But I did manage to Zerg rush my way to the first save point.
Come back and fight us.
Yeah, you can
No.
you can outrun everything in this level except for the spiders. The spiders are faster, or at least as fast as you.
But you can maybe get them all tied up in a swarm. Well, I guess they do outpace the little Goomba guys.
Yeah.
Well, they have a little lag in when they do their attack animations. That's okay. You can maybe keep ahead.
Well, I try my damnedest. Doesn't work out though, because this is where you really can't make it much further. I've already actually passed the globe health upgrade.
Oh, we have a exciting background upgrade.
No, that's another one that's removed when you get the ambient lighting. So this, I tried and could not make it past that room.
Okay, so the game's established you can't really do a true minimalist run. You can't do a proper speed run. You can't do a no-hit run. You can't do a pacifist run. It's all or nothing, isn't it?
That's the way they want you to play it, yes. So you'll see... I mean, I did pretty well. I mean, I was walking past a whole bunch of enemies, and I was taking the occasional hit, but I was doing pretty well for myself. But you'll see how much less damage Molly takes.
What's inside this chest, do we know?
This is the globe health upgrade that I went back for.
Because it just helps control the amount of damage you take.
Right, the enemies actually seem to... Like I said, when you get hit with the hearts, you always take at least a quarter hit.
And this allows you to take less per hit.
Correct.
So, therefore, more hits overall, and when you're being swarmed like this, that's probably a good thing.
And also, I'm pretty sure that the health drops that you're dropping have a variable on them. They heal between this amount and this amount. On the globe, it doesn't matter because it'll heal you for that amount. But on the hearts, you'll see if you go back and watch it, you'll occasionally see that I would pick up one of those health pickups, and it did not refill a quarter heart.
If that were the only bug in the game, I would be really willing to forgive it. Say, good job, you guys missed one thing, but that's just one delightful ingredient in a medley of things that don't work.
Oh, it is amazing. When I actually went back and started looking for things that were broken in this game, I'm amazed how many I found.
I hope you're able to video document them all, because America wants to know.
And other viewers.
We have other viewers?
According to my Google analysis, I do.
Greetings, Internet. Okay, come on, get through this.
So look how much less damage I'm taking.
You're not even getting knockback, I notice.
No, you don't actually have the little knockback animation once you get the globe upgrade. Look at this, I'm just walking through this casually. I'm only at half health right now.
Molly would be a great addition to the Plants vs. Zombies.
So I decided that now that I have that, I wanted to try to bring as many enemies as I could to the final boss with me.
You're gonna Pied Piper a whole expedition?
I try to. They aren't as fast. The spiders I have to kill because they're just too fast.
I also remember while we were in this mode, there were a lot of optional pickups. Are they in fact optional?
They are. The only pickup that I did get was the character selection at the very beginning to get Molly, and then the globe health upgrade, and the combo.
So all of those little trinkets that are laying around, you're just skipping those pots. That's what I'm seeing on the ground.
Those are bags, I believe.
Ah yes, enemies carry pouches, I forgot. They're all like Batman.
Come along, skeletons, you're so slow. We You have Isaac to fight.
Maybe Isaac will fight them. He does have sort of a hard-on against undead things.
Let's stomp on him.
Spoiler, Molyneux is dead.
Now those wizard fireballs are really the only thing that are doing any kind of significant damage to me. Those little worms can jump on me all day. I wish they would.
Huh?
I don't know. That was Molly. She's weird.
Alright, so we are heading into... Oh, you don't have the overhead map. I remember there's like a skull shape on the mini-map when you see this.
Did not grab it.
Ah, we're gonna fight Torgo.
The rest of the enemies are nice enough to stop while he gives his speech.
So, good chance to find out if the enemies use friendly fire, and they do not. So, at least they don't despawn for no reason. Come on, that's good, right?
And here's the worms all catching up. And that one skeleton who got stuck behind the worms.
Oh, you accidentally picked up an upgrade. Time to restart.
Well, that wasn't really an upgrade. That was just one of those useless armor things.
I'm sorry, semantically, you've ruined the Minimalist run for me.
I think I ended up with 3 of those things out of 20, I believe there are. I don't even know why I'm playing it this cautiously, because I have more health at this point than I did when I walked into this room.
So it was advantageous to actually bring a string of enemies in so they can drop hearts during the boss battle.
And you can see by comparing our life bars, I'm doing a lot more damage to him than he is to me, unless I get hit by a bunch of those fireballs.
I guess it makes sense, you know, when the boss tries to recruit the hero and says, you know, join us, and does this whole will you rule the universe together speech, that you're actually a more formidable minion than anybody he's actually employed so far.
I don't remember him saying that.
I just assumed he did because we've already checked off all the other cliche speeches, no?
No, just the master has ordered me to stop you.
No, I mean the actual end guy. Like, you've killed all his lieutenants. Therefore, you should become his new lieutenant.
No, he just complains about his horns and...
Poachers, yeah.
Yeah. So there's our second part of the amulet, and we obviously have to get our town portal to warp us back. We could probably avoid the town portal and walk out, but that's not really anything to brag about.
The hypothetical Minimalist run. Oh, good. The amulet is a key.
Now we can enter the tower and fight Zephyros.
Sure.